If you ask an atheist how the universe came into existence, many of them would point to the Big Bang Theory. If you ask an atheist how life started in it, they would point to the theory of evolution. If you bring up the fact that these are just theories, they would emphasize that a theory is backed up by thousands of evidence. So, can these theories be trusted? Let's find out. First, what is the Big Bang Theory and how did it come to be? About 100 years ago, scientists have found that the universe is expanding like a balloon. So they traced the expansion backwards in time, all the way back to an infinitely small dot. And then they created some mathematical model to describe this expansion. An infinitely small but really heavy dot. This is where the theory stops. People generally think that the Big Bang Theory describes how the universe started, but it doesn't actually give answers to how this infinitely small dot came into existence. So, tell this to the person next time who gives the Big Bang Theory as an answer to how the universe came into existence. Big Bang Theory does not and cannot make the link between this infinitely small dot and nothing. If they still argue that this small dot can be compressed down into nothing, now they're tapping into the area of faith. Something from nothing? Science has never proven anything coming out of nothing. In fact, scientists were so sure that this doesn't happen, and they made it into a scientific law. The first law of thermodynamics says that nothing can be created nor destroyed without an external force. Big Bang Theory is a theory about the expanding universe which does not answer questions about the true origin of it. Second, what is the theory of evolution and how did it come to be? Around 150 years ago, Darwin noticed that living creatures adapt to its environment, and that a population of them can change its form over time for better survival, which we now call natural selection or the macroevolution. From this idea, Darwin hypothesized that if long enough time is given, after many generations of adaptation, a certain kind of living creature can turn into a different kind, which is called macroevolution. This hypothesis went even farther to say that if a kind of an animal can turn into a different kind, all living creatures could have started from the same origin of a life form, if long enough time was available. Not sure how long, but long enough. So for 150 years, a lot of scientists have been looking for evidence, but all they found was evidence of microevolution. Not a single evidence has been found that shows a kind of an animal evolving into a different kind. So if someone tells you that the theory of evolution answers about the origin of life, just ask one question. Is there a scientific evidence of a kind of an animal evolving into a different kind? If they say, "Oh, I haven't studied that myself, but go ask the experts," then confidently say that even the experts agree on the lack of evidence of macroevolution. If they still claim that evidence of microevolution is enough to link all human lives back to apes, then back to fish, then back to a single cell, now they're tapping into the area of faith. The theory of evolution just hasn't provided evidence of it. It's important to first understand what a scientific theory really says and what it has actually proven before putting your faith in it. Anything more than that is beyond the bounds of science. Today, we've talked about what the Big Bang Theory and the theory of evolution are, and hopefully you've learned something. We haven't even started talking about how these two theories are actually falling apart as more scientific discoveries are made. We'll leave this discussion to our next videos.